All right, moving on to the Chicago Bears, where Trevor has cornerback Jalen Johnson, wide receiver DJ Moore, and then edge Montez Sweat as the top three players. Also considering rookie QB Caleb Williams, fresh off of keeping Topgolf open late, which is huge for Caleb Williams' projection. Wide receiver Keenan Allen and linebacker TJ Edwards also in consideration.
I can't believe we didn't dedicate a whole 10-minute segment to that news that
why not now? We can now.
Why not now?
We can now.
The report, I don't have the tweet in front of me, so I can't credit where it came from initially, but somebody said, it was a Cole Kmet interview, right? I don't know who was relaying it via Twitter, but a Cole Kmet interview was like, you want to know how competitive Caleb Williams is? We went to Topgolf and he wouldn't leave the joint. We kept it open because Caleb Williams refused to leave Topgolf. We know. We did a whole, long segment on the power of the Topgolf test and how that was why Michael Penix Jr. was such a highly sought-after prospect in the end. I mean, this was new information. Caleb Williams wasn't invited to the Washington Topgolf retreat. Had he been, because they knew he's the most alpha Topgolf guy out there. He's going to be gone.
Would have stolen the show.
Well, they knew, because we already know he's the alpha Topgolf winner, therefore he's going number one overall. There's nothing we can do about it. We already tried to get to number one, to get Caleb Williams. Not going to happen. So of the guys available at number two, who are we going to go with? But evidently this was the evidence they were working from, that Caleb Williams would just stay at Topgolf all day and into the evening, past closing time, wouldn't let him leave. That's why he was the best quarterback in this draft. That's why he's being talked about as one of the greatest prospects since whenever. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, there's a reason he's being comped to these guys.
We need a Topgolf off with Caleb Williams and Michael Penix Jr.
Yes.
We just need one-on-one. Both of those guys, how are they going to handle a Topgolf outing? Because we've already seen Caleb. I mean, it's like he's coming out of L.A. In L.A., it's like, try to keep the club open later. He's like, no, we're keeping Topgolf open later for my guys. And so that's he may have surpassed Michael Penix Jr. So I'm glad we did get this analysis in here for Topgolf and the Bears. But this is a good group. It's a good group for the Bears here.
I hope for the sake of, people that work to a closing time that somebody got some extra money for keeping that place open past closing time, if that was what happened.
Almost certainly.
I think for Chicago, I think that he may have identified the right players, but I do think there's actually quite a lot of other options. The Montez Sweat, DJ Moore, and who was the third one?
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson, that's right. I think those are probably the three correct guys. But you've got the options of TJ Edwards at linebacker, Kevin Byard at safety, the new addition that they brought in. Even at wide receiver, Keenan Allen might be the better player to DJ Moore, even still at this point in his career, if he can stay healthy. Rome Odunze, rookie, it's going to be hard for him to make it, but if he's able to hit the ground running the way wide receivers have in recent years, he could be in that conversation. If you got the career year version of Tremaine Edmonds, I mean, he's absolutely in that conversation. It's just only really happened once in his career. So they definitely have options.
I'm glad that a guy like Montez Sweat is getting his due. It's funny because he might be getting too much due because when they traded for him, the A/B analysis of with and without Montez Sweat is very much in favor of with him on the field.
Right.
The Bears defense was much better. I don't know if that was all because of him, but Sweat 2 times finished in the top 11 in PFF WAR among edge defenders. This group where we're always rattling off the Myles Garretts and TJ Watt and Micah Parsons and the Boses and all these big names, and Montez Sweat probably got overlooked a little bit on that Washington defensive line. So I'm glad he's getting his due. Jalen Johnson has always been a really talented player. We always talk about that fluctuation of cornerback production. Well, everything swayed in his way last year, career year for Jalen Johnson. So again, those are the right names. DJ Moore proving that he could be the top wide receiver option in multiple places now. So yeah, I think the Bears have done a nice job. All those names that you mentioned may not be, fighting for that top 3, but it's a pretty good nucleus of, say, a top 10 players on the Bears roster right now. Far cry from where they were just a couple years ago.
No, agreed. I mean, certainly on offense, like I really like how this team is put together. Defense, I think probably overachieved last season relative to the talent level. They've bet on the talent level and said they're going to, take a step forward together. We'll see what that actually produces this year.